Welcome to the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We've been with you each and every week during the NFL regular season. We'll be with you through the playoff, the Super Bowl, and here we are barreling towards the end of the season. We just finished Week 17. We're moving into Week 18. I always think Week 18 is very, very reminiscent of the opening week because it's just one day and everybody plays.
Yeah, and it's one of those challenging weeks where, the first week is challenging because you don't know the teams very well. You don't see a lot of the players in preseason. You have a good idea, but you really don't know what the teams are at that time. Week 18, you have to look for meaningful games because there's going to be some starters sitting out. Some teams have nothing to play for. Other teams are just looking to get on vacation as quickly as possible. So this is one of those challenging weeks where you have to really pay attention to the, this is really attention to the writers in the different cities. They tell you who will be playing and who will be sitting out and what team is resting someone for the, playoffs and what have you. So this is a challenging week.
Well, I always look at whether it's a divisional game because even though if one of the teams doesn't have anything to play for, they do have something about spoiling the other team's playoffs position or playoffs hope. So, a lot of divisional games were set up for the final week. Mm-hmm. I guess the schedule makers were looking at, this is going to be one of our highest rated weekends, but a lot of times Week 17 decides a lot of different titles.
There are some games that mean a lot. There's seeding and things like that. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, let's find out what happened in Week 17.
Hey, what happened?
Starting off, we're going out to Seattle. Now, what I've done here today for this show, I've done the Sunday games only. I have special blog posts up for Christmas Day as well as Saturday, so check that out, turnpikesports.us. Got all the stats and facts on the blog for those 2 days of the week here. We are starting out in Seattle, where Seattle is now 5-1 in games in which Sam Darnold has 2 or more giveaways. That's a weird stat to start with there.
Wouldn't the Jets love to have him back? Or what they had and let go? It just Sam Darnold really found himself in Minnesota, and he's continuing that in Seattle.
Well, it shows where good coaching comes into play too, because I thought Sam Darnold was the guy to keep back when he was with the Jets, but the offense just didn't have any kind of cohesion back then, but no other quarterback has 2 such wins in 2025 entering the late games. Okay. So he's the only one with 5 wins under that situation. The Cardinals, 5th time in the past 8 games, and they're all losses, that Arizona has given up 37 or more points. On the flip side, the Arizona offense has yet to score 30 points or more in any game this season.
So, of course, that means a loss.
Yeah.
So, if you look at the numbers. Yeah.
And considering we just talked about Sam Darnold time with the Jets, we have to talk about the Jets because the Jets have now set records again.
That was just
not just the interception record. I can't keep repeating myself, but the interception, that's just embarrassing by itself.
We got one more game.
Yes.
So we'll see.
13-loss season is the 5th in franchise history. Mm-hmm. And the Jets have lost all their December games by at least 23 points. That's an NFL historic worst minus 107-point differential during the 0-4 month.
Wow.
That team, that defense, the back end of that defense, yes, I know.
That game was over at halftime. That game was over by halftime.
That game was over halfway through the first quarter. What are you talking about?
Well, their defense, it started a couple of weeks ago because they traded 2 of their best players. They got rid of their defensive coordinator.
You can't.
Yeah, it's
you can't hang the hat on just those trades alone.
I'm not
because it's the coaches, the coaching staff for the defensive side of the ball just seems so out of sync with what needs to be done.
It's a reason, not an excuse.
It's a reason. Why.
Yes. Okay, that's what it is.
Here, I will say this about my Jets, and I'll do my moment of Jet here. As a matter of fact, Aaron has made it all the way through the season without being broken. I thought about throwing him against the wall after watching that first quarter, but anyway, it's kind of interesting to watch that defense because, number one, no starters play really was on the back end of that defense. They had all rookies in the secondary. Everyone's hurt. Injuries are not an excuse. It's just part of everything going on. I think what you're seeing is the way the defensive coaching is not adapting to what's going on in the game. They seem to be at least 2 steps behind every offense, no matter how bad the other side's offense is. When you're playing a great offense like what the Patriots have, quote-unquote, become, I still haven't seen really them play well against good teams. Okay. I mean, playoff teams, but you can't let Drake May throw for 300 yards, all those touchdowns, setting records here and there. You got to find a way to bring in healthy people that stay healthy. The injury bug was just all over that defense. Yeah. But again, that coaching staff on that defensive side, Aaron Glenn's a defense guy. You really thought that defense would have performed better. And it also shows that they have a lack of depth because none of the guys in the backup roles can play.
Well, look, I mean, on the flip side, the good news for the Jets, if there are any good news, you have 2 number 1 draft picks coming up in April. Then you got 2 number 1 draft picks the next year. So,
and about 6 second-rounders.
Well, that's one of those things. Either you can get someone from college, or you can package those and get veteran players and things like that. But Jets are interesting. They've been rebuilding now for 13 years. It's just
since 1965.
Unbelievable, right? So
yeah,
but
they've been rebuilding ever since Namath left the building.
Yeah.
So
right.
Anyway, on the other side, Patriots 5th team in NFL history to win 13 or more games in a season after having 4 or fewer in the previous season. Here's a weird stat for a winning team: Jaguars lead the league in red zone turnovers with 6.
Wow. Okay.
Usually, when you lead the league in red zone turnovers, you're not in the playoffs.
That's not a good thing.
Cleveland improved to 6-21 in games in which they've scored fewer than 14 points dating back to 2020. No other team has more than 4 such wins in that time. The closest one are the Broncos. They have 4 wins over that in that kind of situation. And your Philadelphia Eagles improved to 9-0 this season when Jalen Hurts throws for fewer than 200 yards.
Well, first off, the running. Well, the weather was terrible, and I'm not making excuses for him. I mean that the Eagles' offense was non-existent in the second half and against the Bills, but no, the running game came up big. So I keep my fingers crossed on that one. But coming into the playoffs, so.
Well, I don't know what to say because that offense disappeared in the second half.
Yeah, it was I don't know, like 17 yards or something like that. I don't even know what that was.
If you can hang in through their good half, awful. You got a chance of winning the game against the Eagles because they only play one half of football, obviously.
Yeah.
So do your damage when they're not playing offense.
Their defense was amazing.
Block field goal.
Well, block extra point.
Extra point, which led to the coach of the Buffalo Bills saying – they blocked the first one. That's why we went for 2.
Everyone says that's only 1 point, but boy, those 1 points mean something at the end of the game. So.
Well, that's what happened with the teams. Let's find out what happened with the players.
What happened?
Going to hit some of the records that came across this past week 17 here. Arizona tight end Trey McBride, single season reception record for tight ends with 117. 1 more game to go. We have McBride also becoming the first tight end in NFL history to have 110 catches in multiple seasons. Moving over to Cincinnati, and while I want to talk Jamar Chase, joining Hall of Famers Randy Moss, and also some other good marks for his career, I got to focus on the offensive lineman. Cody Ford of Cincinnati at 345 pounds, the heaviest player in NFL history to have a 20-yard play from scrimmage.
Okay.
He caught a 21-yard touchdown reception when he was split out wide.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
So
if you see the footage, it looks so weird seeing that.
And I want to thank Cody Ford and the rest of the Cincinnati Bengals because that was the one and only game I won this weekend. So thank you very much, Cody.
He's also
well done.
He's also the heaviest offensive lineman to catch a pass since Jonathan Ogden of the Baltimore Ravens. 1-yard touchdown from Kyle Bowler in 2003. Moving over to Tyler Shuck over at New Orleans there.
By the way, they're like on a 4-game winning streak. 4-game winning streak.
He owns the rookie record for wins for the Saints there.
That's one of those teams that you have to worry about this like week 18 because they're playing because they want to win.
Yep.
They're not looking toward their vacations or anything like that.
Shuck joined Joe Burrow and Dak Prescott as the only rookie quarterback since the 70 merger with 300 passing yards and 0 interceptions in back-to-back games. He also joins Justin Herbert and Dak as the only rookie since 70 to go 4-0 while throwing for 1,000 or more yards and completing over 70% of their passes during the win streak.
See, that's great. I mean, they have their quarterback now going forward, so good for them. Good for New Orleans.
And Seattle's quarterback Sam Darnold now leads the league with 20 giveaways.
Wow.
Yes. Going over to my Jets again. The one bright spot. The one bright spot in the season.
Brees Hall?
Brees Hall.
All right. That's what I thought. Yeah.
First Jets player to hit 1,000 rushing yards since Chris Ivory in 2015. Wondering if we're going to see him back with the Jets. They haven't even offered him any kind of contract. I don't know who decided not to do that. They've been re-signing all their other players all throughout the season. They haven't touched Brees Hall yet. I think they do need to. But again, depends on how much he's going to be asking.
Yeah, well, we don't know who's talking and who's not talking, so, we're going to have to hold our breath until after Week 18.
Going over to Jacksonville, we have Trevor Lawrence becoming the fourth player in NFL history to have 25 or more passing touchdowns and 9 or more rushing touchdowns in a single season. That's Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, and Cam Newton. New York quarterback Jackson Dart, the other New York team. Or New Jersey team, depending on how you look at it. 9 rushing touchdowns this season, second most of any rookie in NFL history behind Cam Newton. Dart has 2 games with at least 200 yards passing and 2 rushing touchdowns in 2025. Cam Newton and him are the only rookies with multiple games like that in NFL history.
That's another team that looks like they found their franchise quarterback.
Let's see. Las Vegas quarterback Geno Smith, another former Jet. 17 interceptions this season so far. That's the most since he's been a Jet.
Wow.
21 with the Jets in 2013. He now has thrown 32 picks in the last 2 seasons, though.
Wow.
So he's still an interception machine at some point here. Then we have, I don't know where to start with Josh Allen. He's got so many different records here. Youngest and fastest player in league history to reach 300 career offensive touchdowns. He's 29 years, 221 days old, played his 127th career game to reach that mark. Allen became the first to reach 300 touchdowns in his 20s. Previously Hall of Famer Peyton Manning at 31 years, 212 days was the youngest. Aaron Rodgers did it the fastest before Josh Allen. Now we have, going back to your Eagles, we have Jalen Hurts. Second time he has won a game without completing a pass in the second half of the season.
It was non-existent.
I don't mean to laugh at that, but wow.
The offense was non-existent.
Oh, wow.
Non-existent.
He's also the first quarterback since at least 1991 with multiple such wins in a season. So he's making history there as well. And our last one, Chicago quarterback Caleb Williams. By the way, can't say enough about how Chicago's playing. Can't say enough, even in a loss. Incredible game. He completed a career-high 4 completions of more than 20 or more yards.
Okay.
That's it with the players. Let's find out what happened with us.
Hey, what happened?
Well, here we are. We're getting towards the end of the season here, and we're looking at a very tight race between us.
Oh, is it?
Yes, even though you went 1-2.
I went 1-2. Like I said, Cincinnati Bengals was the only game I won. And, boy, I really thought like the Packers would do it, but it was just awful to watch. So.
Well, considering I have 2 pushes, the math is all screwed up here. I mean, I went 2-1, 1-2. That first game with Los Angeles Chargers, they didn't even bother showing up for that game. That was very bad showing by them until the end again.
Yeah, then the end they woke up.
Yeah.
So, but my Packers Baltimore game. I mean, Derrick Henry just went crazy. I knew he was in bad shape. I was watching Malik Willis take a snap from the shotgun, and it hit him right in the face. So I knew I was in trouble. So.
Oh, by the way, one of the stats I threw up for the Baltimore game, that was the most rushing yards by any visiting team at Lambeau Field. They had something like 370 yards.
I think Derrick Henry had like 216 yards.
He had the most of an opposing player at Lambeau Field, too.
So that's what happened to me.
Yep.
That's what happened to me on that game. So.
Well, just so you know, records are up on the blog, turnpikesports.us. Click on the blog button. You'll see it there. There's 1 win separating us. I have 25 wins. You have 24 wins.
Okay.
Yes, it's where the pushes come into play. You know, if it wasn't for that, it'd be just basically a game difference between us.
Well, hey, that's part of the game.
Yep.
Okay.
But I'm tired of pushes. Anyway, that's it for our look back at Week 17. We're going to be moving forward to Week 18 with our analysis and picks for our games. Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show back after this.
moment of need, every second counts. So first responders, delivery drivers, and visitors can find your home fast, even in the dark. This is about more than just a number. It's about safety, visibility, and peace of mind. We created a house number that is not only a beacon of safety, but also a work of art. Crafted from durable stainless steel and waterproof acrylic, with efficient, low-voltage LED backlighting, it's uniquely yours. Choose from 6 sizes, 4 fonts, and 6 colors, and match your home's mood with bright, neutral, or warm white halo lighting. Add dusk to dawn, dimming and timing controls for complete command.
Every order includes free worldwide shipping, plus a 2-year warranty on lighted numbers and all powering accessories.
This is the ultimate home upgrade. A perfect blend of style, quality, and function.
Buy yours today.
Smoked cocktails have never been easier to make thanks to our Halo Drink Smoker. Simply place the cocktail smoker on your glass, light the wood chips until they start to smoke, and then top it off with the lid to infuse your drink with a delicious, new, smoky flavor.
Hey, Dave Weischadle from Turnpike Sports. I just got my dugout mug delivered and I am loving it. Dugout mugs are mugs made out of baseball bats, and they are officially licensed by Major League Baseball so you can get your favorite baseball team's logo on your mug. Just think of it, enjoying your favorite drink while watching your favorite baseball team with your team's logo on your mug made from a baseball bat. They can even make customized mugs. Check out the mug they made for Turnpike Sports. I mean, just look at that. That looks awesome. I've never seen anything like them. If you go to dugoutmugs.com, you'll find out they even make more things than mugs. They have baseball board games, grilling equipment made from baseball bats. They even have a section for gifts for under $30. Head on over to dugoutmugs.com because if you're a baseball fan or need a gift for a baseball fan, you have to check out Dugout Mugs. And use our promo code PIKE at checkout to get 20% off your purchase price. That's promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. Also, free shipping with orders over $99. You can't beat that. Dugoutmugs.com. That's my go-to place if I need a gift for a baseball fan. Well, if you excuse me now, the game is about to go on, and the wind is just right for drinking.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We just did our look back at Week 17. Here we are, the final week of the regular season. It's been a long, long road to get here, but it went quick.
Yeah.
Very quick.
Very quick.
And each year seems to go quicker and quicker. Anyway, here we are. We're in our pick segment here. We do 3 games each, point spreads and totals only, no money lines. Compete against each other. We use Caesars midweek lines for our picks. As always, check the lines before you place a bet. They will be changing because we use midweek. A lot of them do change, some drastically, depending on who's going to be playing.
Yeah, especially Week 18.
Yes.
There might be players being sat out or who knows? Who knows?
But we, like I said, we use Caesars midweek lines, and it's still time to sign up for Caesars and get their special offer. And here it is. Football is back, and Caesars is game day ready with a great offer for new customers. Place your first bet of $1 or more and instantly get 100% profit boosts up to $25 max bet per boost. Register now at Caesars.com/sportsbook-n-casino with our promo code PIKE20X. Terms and conditions apply, 21 and older. Problem gambling, call or text 800-GAMBLER. All right, let's head on over to the games. First game of the week for me, and we actually have this game in common.
Yeah, just to tell everyone, just to reiterate what we say all the time when we pick the same game, we tell each other what games we pick before taping so we kind of know which order to go in for production value. But even though we pick the same game, I have no idea which side you're on, if you're going with the total. I have no idea, just that you picked the same game as me.
Yes. Before we get into that, though, I have to make a correction because before the break I did say we had no Saturday games. It was all on Sunday. There are 2 Saturday games this
Oh, okay.
They deviated from the normal routine.
I don't even remember you saying that. But,
Yes,
okay.
but I remember saying that, and it's 2 Saturday games. I did not touch any of the Saturday games, so
Okay.
I didn't like any of them, to be honest with you. But here we are, Tennessee Titans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars are favored by 12.5. There's an over-under of 47.5 in this game. Tennessee's coming in. They've gone 2-2 straight up over their last 4 games, and those 2 losses were by 1-score losses. So very close games. Quarterback Cam Ward has been playing very well since Mike McCoy took over partway through the season. The team is 5-3 against the spread since he took over the reins.
I love the way this is shaping up because it sounds like we're on different sides of this.
Well,
So,
they're
go
going.
ahead.
They're
Go
going
ahead.
against the Jacksonville team that is 7-0 against the spread in their last 7 games and 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 home games. Jags
Mainly because they're on a 7-game winning streak too.
yes, well, 7-0.
They're 7-0, and they beat the spread 7-0.
Well, here we are. Jags may win this game, I think, but Tennessee's improved play on the offense, and they now have a much better defense in the second half of the season here. I think the Titans will keep this close because I really don't think Jacksonville should get a 12.5-point spread. Tennessee plus 12.5.
Well, I looked at the 12.5 as a motivation because Jacksonville has something to play for. They could be the top of the AFC South if they win and everything else goes right.
That's where the spoiler rule comes in.
Well, the last time these 2 teams played, the Jaguars won 23-3 in Tennessee. And look, I it's a big point spread, but the one thing that got me about Jacksonville is they have an average margin of victory of 17 points, which is a lot more than the point spread. And I think Trevor Lawrence will lead his team to an easy win over the Titans. I'm taking Jacksonville Jaguar, and I'm laying the 12.5 points.
Okay. That's a difference maker right there.
There you go.
Let's head on over to the second game of the week. Second game of the week for me is the New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta's favored by 3 points here. There's an over-under of 43.5. What can you say about the Saints and quarterback Tyler Shuck this season other than they have played like they are going to the playoffs even though they're not? The Saints are 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games. They've won 4 in a row. And New Orleans has quietly built one of the top 10 defenses in a lot of categories this season.
They're not going to the playoffs, but New Orleans fans have something to look forward to. I think they see a bright future, unlike some other teams that we talk about all over the season. But good for New Orleans.
Jets.
Jets.
Yes.
Giants have a bright
And
future.
during the 4-game winning streak, the Saints offense has put up 20, 24, 29, and 34 points. That's what they've been. Pair that with a top 10 defense. Yes, you've got the Falcons here. They're 6-3 against the spread in their last 9 games, but they're 2-5 straight up in their last 7 versus NFC South opponents. And the Saints are 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games played in Atlanta. I'm going New Orleans plus 3.
All right, my next game is the Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are favored by 2.5 points with an over-under of 44. I think this is going to be a great game, but having said that, it seems like lately the Panthers can't win in Florida. The Panthers have lost each of their last 10 games in Florida and have failed to cover the spread in 9 of their last 10 games in the Sunshine State. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers have won each of their last 6 games against the Panthers in Tampa Bay. So, hey, I'm just going by the latest trend here, and I'm taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Bucks are hurting, though.
I know they're hurting, but, they get a little healthier this week, though.
All right, let's head on over to the last game of the week. Final game for me, and final game for me for the regular season, the Green Bay Packers at the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota is favored by 6.5 points here. There's an over-under of 36.5. Packers are more than likely resting a lot of their players after locking in the 7th seed for the playoffs. Minnesota over here has won 4 straight and are looking to end a very up-and-down season by getting a 5th game into that win streak there. Neither of these teams, though, are playing particularly strong in their roles here. You've got Green Bay, they're 2-6 against the spread on the road this season. Minnesota is 3-4 against the spread at home. Green Bay's probably, I've seen reports that they may have a third-string quarterback starting this game because they're going to be resting Jordan Love, and Malik Willis may not even be playing either because he's hurt as well. But given how Minnesota's been playing this year, and yes, I know they're on the 4-game winning streak, but they have been so up and down this year, anything can happen here. I'm going to go Green Bay plus 6.5.
All right, my last game is the Seattle Seahawks, who are favored by 1.5 points at the San Francisco 49ers with a total of 49.5 points. San Francisco is on a 6-game winning streak, and they are on a heater because of their quarterback, Brock Purdy. In his last 3 games, Purdy is averaging 300 yards. He has 11 touchdowns. With only 2 interceptions, he has completed 72% of his passes, and also rushing. He's rushed for 83 yards and for 2 touchdowns in those games. Meanwhile, the Seahawks, Sam Darnold had a great start of the year, but hasn't been playing great lately. He's had 4 interceptions in 4 games, and it's those kind of mistakes. The team that makes the least amount of mistakes, especially in games like this when these two teams are evenly matched, I think whichever team makes the least amount of mistakes will win this game. And I think the 49ers will make the least amount of mistakes. So I'm taking the underdog, San Francisco 49ers, in this one.
All right, those are our 3 games for the final week of the regular season. As always, check the lines before you place a bet. We do use Caesars midweek lines, so the lines may change. And as always, bet with your head, not with your heart. We'll be back to recap our picks and close out the show after this Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. Be right back.
Sign up at jackpot.com and you can bet on the world's best lotteries where the biggest jackpots are up for grabs. Powerball, Mega Millions, some of the biggest lotteries can be found at jackpot.com. Simply choose your lotto game, pick your numbers, or use their quick pick feature, and you're done. Sign up at jackpot.com with code DRAW24 and get a free lottery ticket with your first deposit. Jackpot.com, it's the world of lotto in your hand.
Terms and conditions apply. You must be at least 18 years old and in the United States to play. Void where prohibited. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We just did our 3 games each for the final week of the regular season. Preceding that, we did our look back at Week 17. Why don't we go ahead and recap for everybody? Go ahead, Dave.
All right, I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars and laying the 12.5 points against the Tennessee Titans. I'm taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and laying the 2.5 points against the Carolina Panthers. And I'm taking the underdog, San Francisco 49ers, getting a 1.5 points against the Seattle Seahawks.
Well, once again, I'm back at the kennel because I'm all underdogs.
I
did Tennessee plus 12.5 against Jacksonville, opposite of you. I did New Orleans plus 3 against the Atlanta Falcons and Green Bay plus 6.5 against the Minnesota Vikings. Those are our picks for the final week of the regular season, Week 18. They will be up on the blog like we've been doing all season long. Turnpikesports.us, click on the blog button. They'll be up there in print form. Feel free to comment there. Feel free to email us at info@turnpikesportsradio.com. Follow us on social media. We've got X, Turnpike Bets, Turnpike Sports, Instagram, Turnpike Sports Radio, Facebook, Turnpike Sports, and Blue Sky. Still have not learned that address yet, but we're on there, Turnpike Sports.
I think I follow all of them. I'm not sure. I didn't know we had that many.
But you can find us there, and feel free to comment there, too. So look forward to hearing from everybody.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike. Good luck, everyone.